Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam, and in today's video is part 2 of Ships at Sea. In part 1 we had a look at the gameplay and talked about the development, and in this video there's been a massive update that has just been released as a public beta. 0.8.7 has just come out. Now this has basically introduced class tier 4 ships with their associated gameplay. It has updated animations, graphics, menus, basically a massive entire update to the game. So we're gonna play through it today and have a look at it. I've updated it, but I have yet to actually run it. So as it is a beta test inside of an alpha game, you can expect, you know, glitches, bugs, possibly even crashes, which are perfectly normal for a game like this. Now, if this is something you want to update to, it's not a mandatory update. In fact, you have to opt into it. The way you opt into it is, first off, you need a password. So if you click on this update, whatever it is, there is a password that you need to grab here. Basically copy that and then right click and go to properties on the actual game and go to game versions and betas, and then enter in the password here, check code, and now you can update to the public test version. Now, one thing I would recommend you doing before getting into the game is going back to properties, going to installed files, and verify the integrity of the game files. This is a very important step, and it's not specific to this game, it's for any game that has either had an update or a fresh installation. Because this game is in alpha though, this is something as a game tester you want to be doing, which is making sure that the installation, the download, went successfully and no files were left behind. Because if you're testing a game and you've got bugged, corrupted, or missing files initially, then you're not getting a good sense or a true sense of the issues if you come across any inside the game. You know, it's down to the installation. So, like, obviously, you know, gamers are not professional testers, and so won't know really to do these types of things. Professional game testers have like modules that they have to work through, like phases, and like the first one is downloading and installing the game, which are really two different modules. And so testing the download ability, testing the installation ability is just something a game tester has to do, and this is kind of like that. Verify the integrity of the game files. That way, when you run the game, you know it's not going to be down to anything that's missing within the game if you come across any problems. And we most likely will come across problems today. So, now at the end of today's game, when we finish playing, we will be buying the class tier 4 ship and having a look at it. So let's boot up. Now, one thing I would recommend doing as well is, once you've verified the integrity of the games, is load into the actual game itself and then get into the game, shut it down, and then reload in. There are a lot of temp files that are generated with any new game or any update to a game, and really you want to be making sure those temp files are in place first before, you know, you actually play the game. So let's get the game going here. So like I said, I haven't actually run this yet. This will be my first time, but one thing to note that I have done is I was in the middle of a contract on my previous game that I was playing. I haven't got any other game saves. This is my only one. I highly recommend not saving over your original game save from the previous, stable builds, is to create a new game save. So you've got like a public test game save, and then you've got your normal stable version, because any problems might completely corrupt or wipe out your game, and you'll have to start all over again. So, and I'm literally going against that just to show what would happen, because I'm fully expecting it to do that. But yeah, I was in the middle of a contract, and I purposely did not complete the contract because I wanted to see how this update, how the game handles you're in the middle of a contract, during an update process. So I've got to deliver all this cargo, and I have got the contracts are still here. So, and it looks like none of the values have been changed. So if we go to the map, my pathway is still there as well. And it looks like the jobs are still on this map as well. So this is kind of where we are in the game. I'm on the Nordland, as you can see. It's been actually a couple of weeks since I played this. I purposely wanted to leave everything and sort of see how the game would handle. Does it like delete your contracts? Does it screw up? Does it crash the game? Does it bug out? Like what goes on? And it looks like nothing's actually gone wrong here. So let's get the ship active, and we'll just quickly complete this contract. Like I said, this is all. Let me turn the radio off. That music off. I can feel the boat moving like on the camera. Can you feel that? Can you see that? That's new. There's going to be a lot of things that are new, and I've got to remember how to do the boat. So, let's see. Autopilot is still engaged by the looks of it. So let's start up the engines, and let's get her going. So we've got now 3 different actual port center and starboard to think about instead of 1. Let me zoom out on this one. Way. So we're just going to deliver this, and then another thing I want to do while we're in this game is I've been playing this game for a month now, on and off, and I've wasted a lot of money financially inside the game by making a lot of mistakes, and I kind of want to impart my mistakes to any new users so you don't make the same mistake as well. I think the performance slightly is different than what I was getting before. Oh, bit of a freeze. So, because it feels a lot different when I'm doing this camera. So yeah. See, I want to impart my the mistakes I've made so you don't make them, and also in the previous stable build, I was able to make about 40 million every 2 hours by doing a repeatable action with minimum fuss, with minimal faff. And I want to go through and show you how you can make 40 million within inside of a couple of hours. So this video might be a couple of hours long, and I apologize for that. But first off, one thing, my mistakes that I made when I first started playing this. So I was really excited by the ships aspect of this game, for starters. Like the different ships you can get. Obviously you can tell I'm a White Star Line fan, so naming all my ships after the White Star Line ships, and getting to drive the ships, but also the fishing aspects of the game is something I was really interested in. Not so much the cargo running. Like, I can do that inside American Truck Sim and Star Citizen, so running cargo I wasn't that jazzed about. The fishing aspect I was, though. So one thing that when I first got in the game that I did was buy the flippy boat. I don't know if you can bring up your boats here. You can. Currently I've got 9 boats. This is actually my original profile. So in the previous video, I started a new profile specifically for that video. And this one is my original. So I've got 9 boats and 54 million in the bank. Hopefully that's enough to buy another boat. But, well, here it is. Windy, the service vessel. That's the one we're going to buy at the end, hopefully. So I bought the flippy boat because it was a fishing vessel. You could do long line fishing in it. Obviously you could do jigger fishing, and I thought, yeah, I want to be a fisherman, so I went and bought that boat. Didn't get a loan from the bank. I bought the boat, started to prep it, bought the long line buckets, ran out of money, and was like, okay, so I'm gonna have to do some cargo jobs. Flippy is not the best for cargo because it's only really like a small or extra small boat for cargo, and it's then I joined the Discord, which I highly recommend you doing. You can join the Discord easy by literally on the main menu. I think I don't think you can get it once you're in the game, but on the main menu you can actually, there's a Discord button, you can click it and you're in, and that's where I saw that in the current previous stable build, people were finding that long lines, net fishing, were not really paying out like they should. There's a lot of jobs in this game that you've got to invest money into before you can actually do it. And the investment you put into long line and net fishing you did not get that money back. So you're always working at a loss. So, and I think it's more long lines than net fishing. Net fishing had slightly a bugged way of doing it because of what you had to do. If you have rocky seas, it's very hard to actually process the fish. So I was like, can't do long lines, and I've invested all my money into it. So, okay, we'll have to try something else. That's when I started watching YouTube videos, and I was like watching some people make 62 million by doing fish farming, and I was like, that's what I want to do. So I had to work out, how do I get fish farming done? And obviously one of the things you have to do is have a boat that can, first off, have a smolt tank put aboard, because one of the things in fish farming is you need the baby fish eggs first, and then you need shitloads of fish food. So you need a boat big enough to handle the fish food, and fish food comes in one of 2 different ways, in bags or sacks. You have 10 bags to every sack. So 50 kilogram bags and 1,000 kilograms in a sack. Now, fish farms are on the map everywhere here. They're 500 grand to buy. So I went over here and bought my first fish farm, which is just here. And 500 grand, isn't it? Hang on. A little bit of a glitch here. Can't get rid of the map. There we go. Whoa, game's going really wonky, which is to be expected. Beautiful sunset. Man, don't know if it's the time of day or because I went into the map. Could be because I'm looking at the sun. Could be anything. Anyway, I think it's settled down now. The sky looks really nice, I will say that. That's been updated. So yeah, so I bought my fish farm. I needed a boat that could handle a smolt tank. There are 2 types of smolt tanks. You have a small smolt tank, which can handle 10,000 kilograms of smolt. You have a medium smolt tank, which will handle 100,000 kilograms, which is exactly how much you can fit maximum into a fish farm. The Dr. Phil boat is your boat you want to be aiming to get if you're new to this game, because it has a medium smolt tank, and you can use it for also medium cargo, meaning you can get about 5 or 6 sacks of fish food on board the deck with a smolt tank. Probably get double without the smolt tank, but with you can get about 5 or 6 sacks of food. Now, a fish farm, I find, requires at least 9 sacks. That's 9,000 kilograms of fish food, because they take 8 days to gestate. They take 8 days to gestate into adult fish, which you can then sell. So you need to feed the fish or the smolt through those 8 days, and I find that 9 sacks of fish food does that perfectly. So getting the Dr. Phil boat is definitely one of your first boats you want to be purchasing. Like, clearly you're going to need a smaller boat before that, because the Dr. Phil is nearly $1 million. So once you get your Dr. Phil and you upgrade it, I highly recommend you always upgrading every boat. New engine, the biggest fuel tank you can put on it, the best propeller, thrusters, whatever. Not so much the steering wheel or a throttle isn't exactly essential, but definitely everything else, and the searchlight. Never use default ships. They will cost you more money in the long run. But once you get your boat, you upgrade it, and you buy your fish farm, you're looking at near enough $2 million investment already. Then you need to buy the smolt and the food. The food is pretty easy. It's like 250 grand for 9,000 kilograms, but the smolt is $1 million. So you're pretty much talking about 3.3 million investment in order to do fish farming with one fish farm, which will net you a income of around about 8.6. So you're only making about 5 or 6 million initially, but then you're only making about 3 or 4 million initially, but then on your second time, when you've already got your boat, you've already got the tank, you just need to buy fish food and smolt, you're then going to be making about 6 million each time. That is, in the previous update, like the best way to make money. And if you own 4 fish farms, you can manage all 4 at the same time for a payout of nearly 40 million. And the time it takes you to do one fish farm with the Dr. Phil is the exact same amount of time it takes you to do all 4 fish farms with this boat. This boat is the, I would say, uber best boat in the game. This is the one you want to be trying to get at the end of the day, because it has a massive deck, as you can see. It allows you to put loads of cargo. It does come with 1 crane anyway, but I highly recommend you adding another crane, because at the end of the day, not every dock you can dock the same way. You have to sometimes turn your ship around to be able to dock successfully, and having your own crane here on the boat is a lot better than relying on those cranes, at the docks. This is a really nice ship, I would say. Really, I would say worth getting. How far away actually are we? Actually, I can look up here. We're only 3. Yeah, let me just have a quick walk around here. This boat is really nice. We'll have a quick tour of the boat. So it has its own little system down here where you can fix it yourself. There's a storage room, which at the moment I don't use, but here, to fix your boat, you just basically open this up, which seems to have missed out its icons. There we go. So we're at 100%, but this is where you would repair your boat if you need, or any type of repair. This is where you would do it. Everything seems good anyway though, so no worries on that. And there is actually, if we go back up here, find where you've got the crew quarters, which, yeah, it's a little bit funky. You got the captain's room. This is your bed. So for all those weeks at sea, you can basically be doing whatever you want in here. Look, we can even stream on Twitch if we wanted to. There's also, I think this is the staff quarters, which has got no quarters in it. And then it literally goes up to the bridge. It is a really good boat, but it costs a lot of money to buy. But I would say for me, this is the best boat in the game for making shitloads of money. The fuel is this takes about 2 million krone to fill it full of fuel, but once you fill it full of fuel and you run it at 75%, that fuel will last you forever. Like, seriously, I never run this boat at 100% because watch what happens if I do. Right now we're burning what, 37 gallons an hour of fuel, and if I boost that up to 100, that shoots almost double. But look at my speed, it barely increases, only by like 1.5 knots. Now I'm burning 55 gallons of fuel an hour, but by bringing it down to 75, my speed only goes down to like 12, if that, but my fuel burn drops considerably. So it's like, definitely run your ships not at full speed. Your fuel will last forever. Definitely worth it. So yeah, we've just got to drop off these two here. One's going to Helgevard, then we're going back to Rost, and then we will go and check out the fish farming, and I'll quickly show you. Another reason why I want to check out the fish farming as well is because with this public test update, a lot of the under the hood mechanic stuff has also changed. They've refined certain things, but also I do believe the payout might be different for doing fish farming or doing jobs. Like, they might have refined that, and I just want to test it to see if it is. Like I said, I was getting like 8.6 million for one fish farm, or 36.8 I think it was for 4. Actually, it might have been 9.2 million for one fish farm. But yeah, the payout was appropriate. It was basically something like 9.2 per fish farm, and if you manage all 4, which will take you a couple of hours, you can get about 40 million in game within just 2 hours. It's really simple, but you need this boat to do it. Another thing that they've also added to the thing, which I don't know why I'm looking in here, but they've evidently changed all these skill tree things. They've added a lot more. It hasn't taken any of mine away, by the looks of it. Oh yeah, I've got that. I've got that, but nets, I don't have that. This one isn't yet in. Yeah, move faster. I don't rate this at all. We can move fast enough. Engineer, I've got all the engineer ones. I got basic. Oh, I thought I had basic electrician. Well, we'll grab that. Yeah, electrician efficiency. Yeah, I'm not bothered about that. Increase the number of times some electrical elements can be repaired. That doesn't make sense. Increase number of times same electrical element can be repaired. Surely you're repairing when it's broken. So what? It's only got a certain limit amount of times you can repair it. You have to replace it. Is that it? I don't know. Reduce the chance to damage item on failed repair. Reduces amount of damage to item on failed repair. So these two are the same. Reduce a chance to damage, sorry, an item on failed repair, and this one is reduces amount of damage, right? Fire safety, I don't plan on doing fires. So yeah, we want to actually do all these. So I'm getting all the electrician ones done. Weight limits, we don't really want a weight limit, do we? 10% to character weight. Oh, our character has a weight limit that we can, I don't know. I do recommend these. Grab all of these. Once you grab all of these, your fuel will last forever if you run it at 75%. This one is the first one I'd recommend getting. The second one, it looks like they've done away with a few, which means I've wasted a few points here. But I would recommend getting all the engineer ones done and the electricians done. because fixing things is definitely what you need to do. I'm not sold yet on all of these. These might just be, I don't know. But obviously, if you want to do fishing, you do need all of these. So we will get that as well, because I do plan on doing net fishing. And you need your small crane operator skill if you want to work these cranes or any crane in the game. I don't rate moving faster, to be honest. I think if you're running around the deck anyway, you move pretty fast if you hold down the shift button. So yeah, don't need to really run fast. Like, this is me walking, and if I hold down the shift button, that's me running. So it's like, yeah, that's quick enough, to be honest. I don't need it quicker than that. Right, I think we're coming into dock here, so let's get in on the game. So let me get me binoculars out here, see where we're going. Where are we going here? Land ahoy, matey. I'm not really sure where the port is. Where is the port gone? I don't see the port. It's evidently, oh, we've got to go through some rocks first. So okay, so once we hit markers, then we'll slow ourselves down, because I like to... Ooh, there's the wind farms. That's new in the game. I do like to adhere to the rules and regulations of the sea. So we will be slowing down to 10 knots or less once we get to the markers, which I don't actually see any markers in the water coming up. Nope. So we don't need to. Oh, they're there. There they are. Some markers there, I see. So once we get to that point, and there's where we're going. Ooh, what's that? What is that? Dude. Is that a boat? I do not know what that is. So far, so good. Some people have reported, obviously, bugs already in the Discord. There's been evidently crashes going here, going there. Obviously, yeah, a couple of reports. You know, I mean, this is one thing that developers want you to help them bug fix this game. So, you know, for me, just testing that it doesn't glitch out a mission mid-contract when you update. Like, if it did, I'm sure the developers would want to know that and fix it, you know? So that way, when it does launch for real next year, that the user experience is a good one and not a frustrating one. Because there's nothing worse than playing a buggy game. Like, so many studios nowadays release buggy games, and it's like, it seems to be the norm for, we're in an alpha or beta situation, help us test the game. And it's like, do you know what, I'm so glad Rockstar aren't doing that. They're actually sorting out everything for its release, and hopefully there'll be minimal crashes, minimal problems on its release. So, like, that's the way it should be done, you know? Not using your audience to help, you know, fix the game effectively and test it. It's like, yeah, we'll save money on testers or something. I don't know. Anyway, so obviously you want to be... Right, I think I might slow this down a bit now that we're getting into land, because I'm not really sure the autopilot is going to be doing its job. Let me get back in and have a look here. We'll zoom in on this. Okay. Yeah, we're getting a bit thin on land here. So yeah, obviously feedbacking to the devs, you know, if, oh, I've experienced this and really it shouldn't be happening, definitely that's what they want to know. Like crashes, yeah, that's kind of like a standard, you know, that's obvious, but you definitely... Right, what? I hope the land hasn't changed from when, because I set this route out in the previous build, and if they've added land, I don't know, man. I mean, so far so good. The autopilot is doing its job. It's exactly holding its course. So everything's a-okay there. A little bit off its center, but then that's just probably the way the boat's moving in the water and how slow it is. But it is getting back on course, so it looks all good. So we'll deliver this, and then, yeah. Right, we're going to start slowing her down now. We're going 10 knots. And I believe we're going over here. No, over there. That's the dock there. They're waiting for us, so we'll take her down to 7 soon. And I might even hand do this. So it looks like we're going this way. I can't remember if this is the one where I have to be facing to the left or to the right. There's one dock where it just won't let you dock. With the crane on this boat, it'll just keep swinging you further away, and you have to turn your boat around for it to be successful. And I'm wondering, is it this one? I don't know. We'll soon find out. Right, give me 50% power, mate. Let's start slowing her down as we come into dock here. I want to be going 5 knots when we pass whatever the hell that is. What is that? Is that a boat with a wind farm blade on it? That's what it is. Well, that's okay, so I used to use that area to turn around in, so that's made it interesting now. Yeah, I think we got to go in to the left here. That's why I've set this up like this. So once we pass these 2 islands, I think I will take over the autopilot. In fact, I think I'll just do it now. Let's come off the autopilot, my friend. Let's do it ourselves. Should have let the autopilot do it through this bit here, but whatever. Right, let's reduce our speed down to 5 knots, mate. Nice. Right. Okay. We want to now swing this boat around, so let's do the wide turn. Pretty sure it's this one. Not really seeing that much updated in terms of the landscape. Okay. Turning power here, man, isn't exactly... I mean, I'm not really sure how the thrusters are used, I'll be honest with you. Right, we need to be turning a lot faster than that, mate. Come on. There we go. Right. Okay, here we go. We're coming in. Coming in for a landing, my friend. And... kill the so having the camera like this is like having a first officer on the side of the boat there telling me, like, you know, Hey, Captain, you got 20 feet left on the starboard side. Or whatever it is, you know. I'm not a real captain, by the way, guys. Just in case you hadn't noticed. But I am in ships at sea. Or at least a skipper, it says. Okay, so let's pull up alongside here. And hope we've done this right. And kill the engine. And we'll just drift it in. So, if this is the right one, when I now dock, it should... Yeah. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. Right, boys, let's go find out which packages we've got. So, we're here at Helgovar. So, that one, that one, that one, that one. So, all of these. So, you must be Rost. Yes, okay. Let's get him going, boys. Let's get him going. I've got to remember the controls here. What's the control for up? Yeah, kind of forgotten it. Oh. That's extend, that's retract. But one of these... Oh, it's shift, isn't it? That's what it is. So it's been a while since I played this game. Oh, hello. That's a little bit twitchy. Yeah, that's... What's with the massively bright white? That used to be very subtle in the last one. That needs to kind of be changed. It's too, you know. Oh, I remember how to fluidly work this. Captain's forgotten all his skills. It's a little bit more twitchy now, I'd say. Can we put this one on top? You gonna let me do that? And that is weird. I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. Hey, pick it back up, mate. Come on. Will you fit? I mean, I don't need to fit it on, but it's nice to know that it will. I don't think it will. I don't think it'll let me. No, it ain't letting me. It's a no-go. No-go, mate. I just swing it around like a madman. I don't think there's PlayStation 5s in this container. Teddy bears. Camera's a little bit twitchier, I'd say. Not as smooth. Camera's a little bit funkier. Just drop it. Man, it's swinging like a rusty gate. Right, let's get paid. Here we go. We drop this one, Daddy gets paid. And it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, so we don't need to spend the night in Helgovar? In hell. Or on the ship, to be honest. We can just sail back and probably arrive at night time. Right, drop and give me some money. Boom, daddy gets paid 158 grand. Thank you very much. Right, let's pack it in, boys. We're going home. Oh shit, wrong way. A lot of flashing going on the deck here. I don't know what that's all about. Right, that's that done. So we've got just one to go to Rost. Let's go. Hey guys, you shut the doors around here. I mean, it's just me on the boat. I haven't got any crew or anything. But yeah, so I'm the one leaving the... Right, let's set a course here. We're going back to Rost, which is over here. So first we need to navigate out the Islands of Death. So we come through here. I think that's probably going to be the best one. And then we go to there because the shortest point between two is that. And then coming in, probably could have done it that way, but you know, we're gonna do it this way, and then we'll dock her there, and that'll do me. Right, boys, let's get off this dock. Undockers, thank you very much, show. Let's see if we can rev this puppy up. Here we go. Once she's clear the dock, we'll swing her ass out and hopefully not hit that bloody boat. Can't believe they put that there. I mean, that's been put there intentionally. They know what they're doing. Right, let's swing her. We're gonna have to go around this island here. I don't think I'm gonna get enough. Oh, I might do, actually. Might do. Yeah, we will. Right, let's no, zoom in. Right. Let's get to the point where we need to. Hey, well, we're going backwards, mate. Oh, the fuck are we going backwards for? I was swinging, I was. Right, let's calm this down a bit. We're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. In fact, you know what? Autopilot on. Set the nav course. Set the routes in there. Lock her in. Here she comes. We're gonna do about 7 knots until we're actually clear of this monkey island, and then we'll speed it up a little bit. Obviously, I'm gonna stop the video whilst we're en route because it's gonna take me probably about 45 minutes to travel back to Rost. Oh, sugar! Actually, we're going. I've just remembered. We're not going to Rost, are we? We need to track. Hang on, let me track the contract first. Because, oh, we should have picked one up. Damn. Well, there were. Should have picked up a contract to Rost. That was my mistake. So, yeah, we're actually going to, I think it's Rost on Gley, isn't it? Yeah. We have to go here. So, remove, which it didn't. Move to about here. Oh. I hope it deletes these. It ain't. Oh dear. We'll soon find out. Okay, give me 7 knots, my friend. Actually, give me 10. 10 knots, please, on the old. I think the brightness of the landscape does look a little bit better. It was a little bit bright. I feel like they might have adjusted it a little bit. Have I still got all my lightings on? Because we're in the daytime here. We don't need half this shit on. We don't need the work light on. The searchlight definitely doesn't need to be on. Bridge light. Ooh, hello. That's the night mode. We don't need that. Interior light, running light. That's fine. Okay. And we are out of here, my friend. Back to home base we go. So it looks like there's a few repair the wind turbine blades. 176 grand to do that. Oh. And we could do it with this ship. So tow the barge with a new blade to the marked area near the wind turbine and detach it there for 176 grand. Yes, please. Like, that seems like easy money. I mean, depends on where the wind turbine is. So they're all here. So basically, get that boat that we saw. We saw a boat here, tow it out to one of these things, and then so it's basically a cargo mission, in it. Glorified cargo. So on this one that we're doing now, we're gonna get 88. This is a really shitty little one. So right. I'm going to pump up the volume on the old boat. We're going to speed up. A little bit premature, but don't matter. We're coming out of this anyway. And we are heading to Rost. We've got 6.2 miles to go. That's going to take about 45 minutes in real life. Oh, have they actually... Hang on, let me see if they've actually changed. Never actually did look in here before. I wanted to see if the time is now able to be real time or not. It doesn't look like it. I don't see any real time. It might not be in here. It's kept me... Okay, no worries. Anyway, I shall bring you back when we are closer to the land up ahead. So we're a couple of miles off the coast here, and I wanted to just go through the mistakes I was making that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. The mistake I was making was watching YouTube videos, basically, because a lot of the YouTube videos that I was watching were from players who were playing from like when the game first launched 2 years ago. So all of the payout system and all of the ways of completing those contracts was 2-year-old information. So I was watching people do, you know, long line fishing and getting between 5 and 9 million. I was watching people doing fish farming and getting 62 million per fish farm, and I was like, yeah. But obviously the game changed a lot since those videos were made, and the payout structure has completely changed. And so I was really going off old information and making decisions and choices in the game based off that old information. So yeah, one of the first mistakes I made was not bearing in mind that, you know, this has had many updates in the last 2 years, and it's still got like another year's worth of updates to go. And so what you see when it releases fully is probably not what you're going to see in this video, and it's not going to behave the same way. So if you're utilizing this video as kind of like a guide, then you're going to be a bit mistaken when you go to do it yourself, because you're not going to get the same results. That's the thing with games in alpha. They change constantly. Everything you see in this video is subject to change. So when I then invested all my money into the fishing aspect of the game, which in the previous build it was bugged, it was recognized by the developer, then I'd wasted my money. And I basically then had to do a lot of cargo contracts to recuperate my money to be able to then build or get the ships and go down the career path that I needed to. Like currently there is three main career loops in the game. There is the fishing with various different branches of how to do that. There is cargo running with various different tiers of how much you could earn, and then there is sort of people service transport, and maybe a fourth kind of job would be abstract jobs, like, you know, putting out fires, fixing things, you know, that could probably fall under a fourth line. So, and at the moment the passenger ferry service isn't really, like, first off you need a class 3 ship to do it, and you need a specific ship to do it. Then you have to hire a crew, and it's like, if you haven't gotten to that stage yet, don't even think about it, because you need that class 3 license and a class 3 ship to be able to do it. And then you need the money to be able to invest into hiring people before you can even offer the passenger service ferry, which, to be honest, is in its infancy within the game itself. So that's kind of more like an advanced career for people who have got the money and who are at that stage. If you're picking this game up from the get-go, it's going to be cargo running or fishing, you know. And I have worked out a way how you can actually do some really nifty things to make about 50 grand almost as you're doing cargoing, like, and I'll show you what I mean. Like, it might take a few hours, but it's a nice little payout on top of your cargo job, and you can do it pretty much wherever you drop off cargo. But it's basically cargo jobs at the moment are the most reliable way to make money, but definitely fish farming was the way in the previous build to make the most amount of money in the short amount of time. So we shall see if that still holds true once we drop off our load here, which we are currently almost 2 miles away from. So we're coming in, guys, we're coming in. Performing a little bit better, I find. I guess it just takes a little bit of while for files to settle, maybe. I don't know. $2:30 in the afternoon in game, so but yeah, the Dr. Phil boat is definitely the one boat you want to aim to get, because that is the gateway boat to this boat, and this boat is, I just think, the best boat in the game. I haven't obviously used the class tier 4 boat yet, and we will be buying it soon, but this one I feel is the Uber boat. Right, I'll bring you back when I actually dock up. Right, so we're coming back up now to Rost, which looks a little bit different. I can see more things they've added here. So we're going to start slowing this puppy down. Let's take it down to 60%. And we need to dock up over there. I don't remember where. Somewhere along here. So and then once we undock, once we get rid of this piece of cargo, we then have to drive it round to the other side. So I'm going to take the autopilot off now, and we're going to take this in myself. We've got the contracts here, tracking. Usually it says where you have to drop it off. Yeah, it's along here. So I think a marker will appear soon. Pretty sure it's over here. Let's get under 10. Let's get the first mate on the side of the boat. Tell us our clearance. There it is. Now this one you gotta be careful because it's got a very shallow, I feel, waterfront here. We don't want to be damaging the boat. We don't want to be paying for repairs, yeah, or having to spend time fixing the boat. We just want to drop off and get out of here, to be honest. So let's. There we go. So you can see there how the land goes beneath the waterline. Okay, here we go. Coming in a bit fast, I feel. Go. Okay, we're clear of that, so we can swing it in. We can close off our engines. And that'll do me. Right, let's get rid of this cargo. Let's get paid this little piddly job. And then we'll go have a look at the tier 4 ship. And then, once we buy it and have a look at it, I'll show you how to make 40 million. Although I have a feeling we have to make the 40 million first before buying it. Because something tells me the class 54 boats are expensive, and are going to be more than 54 million, you know, so we might have to do some work before we can. Boom. Got paid on that one. Ooh. Right, let's get up, get out, and get back to our home port. Let's go, my friend. Watch the deck as well. Watch the deck. Give me clearance on the deck, guys. Tell me how much I'm clear. Watch the deck. Watch the deck. Here we go. Whoa, you're swinging it, mate. Come on. There we go. I think we'll just hand pilot this all the way. There we go. Keep it under 10 knots, boys. Keep it under 10 knots. I'm still a bit unclear on how bow thrusters are used, so I don't mess with that. Obviously you do use them for docking, but I don't find that I need to. Right. This one doesn't have to be so finessed in terms of the docking. I mean, there's pretty much only one dock you could put this puppy on, I feel. For a smooth, you know. Okay, here we go. Coming in, boys. So, evidently there's sailboats now in the game, which I'm not sure if I... Whoa! Where are you going? This way. We're coming in a bit hot. I don't know if I've seen any yet. I've seen a bit more details here, like the trucks at the car park, lampposts, you know. I don't remember seeing the lampposts or those trucks at the car park. Okay, here we go. Let's moor this puppy up. As soon as it reduces, there we go, we're docking. Boom, let's go. Let's get off the boat. There we done our term. We're off the boat. Let's go. Let's go check out the class tier 4 ship. And I have a feeling we will have to do a job to be able to afford to buy it, but hopefully we can at least have a look at it. So, Olympic. Okay, so we don't go to the dry dock anymore. It puts us straight in the shipyard. So there is our boat there. Yeah, lovely. All right, let's have a look here. So this is basically the boats we've got. Oh, a catalogue, ship catalogue. I like that. That's a new menu. So yeah, we got a blue jacket. We got the Oceanic. That's the first one I bought. Then we got the Celtic, the Baltic. That's an okay one. That's the one you want, the Adriatic. That's the workhorse. And then obviously we've got the Olympic, the Arabic or Arabic. I've never actually used this boat, so oh, it doesn't show it up on there. And obviously we have the Titanic, which is the passenger service one, and Britannic, which is a fishing. I've never used it. So these are the ones we own. Not really sure where you... Okay, so this is where you buy your ships. So you got your roster, you got your Dr. Phil and the Nordland, and then fishing, Turbo, that's okay, Conquest, which I need to get that. I don't own that one. And then the Flippy, and then service we have the Fixer, the Scarvin, and the Tomcat. So I'm not saying the class 4 here. Oh, we got Flamin' and a dinghy. You can buy a dinghy and you can buy a Flamin'. And then you've got the rowboat, but again, no class 4. So okay. So let me back out of here. Is there another have they changed the locations now? It used to be, this used to be it. Oh yeah, they've added more customization on the character as well. So this is us, I guess. Captain Rom. Yeah, we'll keep that. We've got the dude. Nice skin texture there. We've got, that's the one I had before. I mean, I'll keep the one that I had before, but let's see what eyes. Grey, green, or blue. We'll go with green eyes. And then also the outfits they can wear. Well, to be honest, I'm kind of wanting to be a bit of a sailor. So where's my sailor outfit? You know, where's my captain's outfit? We've got just like farmer, by the looks of it. And then, you know, Sunday afternoon lounging around. We've got outdoor, you know, warehouse wear. Indoor warehouse. Looks like you're driving a truck there. I was hoping for a captain's outfit or something, you know. I guess we'll go cash. So there we go. Confirm that. We have got the class tier 4 thingy. So, okay. It looks like this shipyard. Hang on. Is there another? Hang on a second. Leave the shipyard. So, hang on a second. There's a dry dock, I think. Hang on. Let me check the map. Pretty sure. Office, tool shop, shipyard, warehouse. Dry dock. So we were actually, we're gonna have to get a sea taxi. Well, let's go get a sea taxi. Is that you, mate? Can you take me? Yeah. Take me to there. Yeah. We'll have to, mate. We got no choice. So sea taxi over it. Thank you very much. And I guess that the dry dock is where the class 4 ships are. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry to interrupt your exercises. So, dry dock. Isn't that? I thought that's what it said. Anyway, no boats. Don't want a boat because we're here to buy one. Obviously, we're not going to see a boat. There we go. So the dry dock, okay. We don't need to upgrade our own boat, so let's go in. So yeah, that's the one we've got. Still doesn't put our name on it. But what I want to try and do is customize. Let me activate that. Customize. Yes, they've They've done it. I would like to flip that rotate camera. Oh, okay, you can. All right, okay. So what I want to do is I want to click on a color. So I want to make these all look like White Star Line. So there's 3 colors to this. We want the white to now be black, which there's no black. We want, yeah, but I don't want that. Okay, so that stripe gold, yes, we'll keep that. And then that's the back of the boat, so that can be red. But the base of the boat, I want to turn, so it can only do the top bit, can't do the bottom, the actual wooden beamed bit. Mate, come on. That's completely not what I want. Oh. It doesn't give you the color black. I don't know why we're saying no to black. I need black, and I need to be able to change this color of the wood. Like, that's the paint job I want, but it won't let me. Damn. Well, that's no good to me, mate. Why is... Right, well, I'll be putting this in. We'll just get out of that. I'll be putting that under, you know. Anyway, service. Windy. There she is. 65.4 million! Yeah, we can't afford that. We're 10 million shy. So we need to go do some jobs. So let me go and activate... No, I don't want to buy that because I own it. Let's activate... Yeah, this is our active boat, so let's get out of here. Okay. Well, at least we suffered no crashes, because that's one thing that everybody was moaning about, was that you were crashing as soon as you entered the shipyard or the dry dock. It was just literally burning you. Where's the sea taxi gone? Are you the sea taxi, mate? No. Where's the... You're the warehouse girl. Where's my sea taxi? Oh, I guess... might be her, actually. I thought you were the fueler, but... Sea taxi? Yeah. I need to go back. I need to go back to there. Thanks. So, yeah, a lot of people were having crashes to do with that, so... right, so what I will say is I'm going to show you now how to do 40 million fish farming. First off, obviously, let me remove this entire route. First off, what you got to do is own 4 fish farms. They're 500 grand each, and the first time you use them, they'll be 100% feeder health, and then those health will go down with each. So here we need to fix this one. It's 0%. This one is 36%. That's 16. That feeder is going to break before this is finished, and that one's 23. We're possibly going to lose 2 of these just doing this. So first thing you need to do is make sure you got a smolt tank on your ship, which we need to go back to the shipyard to install one. Because you can either have a second crane or you can have a smolt tank. And it's the smolt tank we're going to want with this puppy. You can do it with the Dr. Phil. And with a Dr. Phil, you'll have less issues. But you're only going to really be doing 1 fish farm. Actually, so you got more issues with the Dr. Phil. What am I saying? Anyway, where's... active? Where's the upgrade section here? Customize. Yep, we need to rig the smolt tank. I do like this menu. Here we go. So medium smolt tank installed. There she is. We lose one of them, but that's fine. Towing. Ooh. Equipment for towboats. What's... You don't get to preview it? We might have to do that. Full health. I'm still a bit annoyed there's no black color. You know? That's a bit annoying. What is... I don't know what I'm looking at here at the side of the... Right, let me see what's what here. So I want that to be red. And then that I want to be white. I want it to be white. It doesn't give you a basic white option. That's shite, isn't it? How do I... I mean, come on, mate. Why can't I have... Oh, I guess... Hang on. Saturation, if we just nuke it. It's grey. So yellow, and then nuke it. It's white. Ah. Okay, so how do we get black? Red and then nuke the saturation? No. There's no way. Value. Ah, there we go. Okay. So, I mean, why don't you just have a black? You know what I mean? I guess this is more up to my... Like, you get more variation of... Okay. So, that... Okay, so that's color 2. So, let's... go with black. And then this is... Oh, all that. That, I guess. Can that not be, like, a little bit brighter, mate? Is there no... What's this? I don't know what that is. That was my red. Okay. I mean, that's as close as we're going to get, folks. Unfortunately. That's black. I can't... There's a white line. I can't adjust that. See that? That's going to be black. And then... Color 2. For white. That's all she wrote, man. That's all she wrote. I can't get a strip of... I wanted a strip of gold, you know, like the Titanic ships. But that's as close as we're getting, folks. How do we save this? I guess you don't. You just back out. Alright. And it goes back to normal. Hey, mate, how about saving it? There's no save button here. How do I'm gonna have to guess. I don't want it to look like that. So let's just see. See what happens. Okay. So once you got your ship, which okay, yeah, it does save it. We need to shore her up to a cargo area. We need to fill her with fish and food. There we go. That's a little bit more like Titanic, isn't it? Or Olympic, rather. Anyway, so come over here to the fish food store. There's something smells fishy over here. It's the fishery. All right. We need to go in and get on the laptop. They allow us to use it. They know us. Ding ding. Hello. Right, and then under the under the smolt section, we've got all this. Now, we want the 100,000, because the medium smolt tank will take 100,000. A full fish farm is 100,000. So, 20,000, you want to buy 5 of those to make 100,000, right? And it's $1 million, right? Done. 100,000. Now you need the fish food. They do them in bags and sacks. Oh, that 1,000 fish food sack or a 500 kilo. Anyway, we want one of these, and it's 9 per fish farm. Yeah. So 18 or as many as it'll allow you to buy. So yeah, let's see. So 9 times 4 is 36. 36 sacks is what we really need. We'll say 37. Oh, did it just go off? Yeah, confirm that. We've just bought 37 sacks of food, right? Now, let's go see where they put all this stuff. The smolt gets put straight on the boat, so that's already on there. That tank is full, okay? But all the fish food is down here, I think. Yeah, there it is. All stacked up. Now, I believe what doesn't fit on here, which I think it might all do, the rest I think they put in here. No, they don't. So 37 bags. It doesn't look like it. 4, 8. Yeah, are all here. But you're not going to be able to load all this on your boat at once because of the way the crane operates. So if you can't load anything on your boat, then what you'll do is you'll look at it and you can move it to your warehouse. When you move it to your warehouse, you basically go over here, speak to this chick, and they'll all be in here. And then when you want to put it back on the dock, you right click, move to dock, and it will shove it over here. So now you can load it on your boat. All right? It's a little bit finicky, and maybe that might have changed with this new update. We don't know. So let's get on and let's shift her butt. Obviously, I'm not going to show you every single step of the way because this is probably going to take me a few days to do. Well, it's actually going to take me a couple of hours to do, but right. Let's undock and now try and get over there. I feel like we might have to turn around and do it from the other side. Yeah, and then back our butt in. So let me turn this puppy around. We'll turn around and we'll come back in. Seems to be going backwards, even though, because we're turning, it seems to be going backwards. I feel like we're actually going backwards here. Dude, we're gonna hit the dock. I am going forwards, mate. I am revving up forwards. I don't know why we're yeah, that's a little bit Fruit Loopy, isn't it? When you turn in your boat, it's gonna engage reverse, is it? Is that it? That's a little bit Fruit Loopy. Right, let's. See, we will need to engage reverse in a second, but will it automatically do it because I'm turning my boat? No, it won't. Okay. Slowly, slowly. Come on, buddy. There we go. Kill the engine. And dock us up. Done. Okay. So, obviously next you gotta load all the fish on. All the fish food. So, because we've got a crane, I'm going to use this crane first. Both the cranes are pretty much the same. You know, there's no difference here, really. Now, somebody told me you can double stack these as they are on the deck. Let's see, shall we? If that's true. Oh, hello. I hate when it does that. Now, never put it anywhere around here. If you put it here, you won't be able to use the crane on the boat to actually get it off. You know, it's a little bit tricky. So, we'll dump one bag here. In which case, you'll have to then get off your boat. Obviously, I'm not going to make you watch me load all these, so I'll bring you back once we're done. Okay, so it's gotten a bit dark. I need to turn on me lights here. I feel it's getting a little bit dark and. Like, it's not a massive problem, but I just actually want to see what all the lights look like when they're all turned on. Right, so switch color. No, we don't want that. Turn off. Turn off. So work light, yes please. Search light on. And wipers, we don't need them on. So let's see if we can see the search light actually on and functioning. Yep, there it is. And there's volumetric fog now on it. That's pretty cool. That wasn't there before, see? So that helps a little bit better. Yeah. Nice. So, anyway, let's get back off the boat. And continue on. I'm about halfway through here, so I've got a little bit left to go. I will say this, the update with the way the crane operates, so with, you know, that massive white circle, which is a lot bigger now than it was before, I gotta say it is better. It helps you stop wasting time by trying and getting it right first time, basically. And you do save a little bit of time. One thing I wish, and I will be asking for, is can we not hire people to do this for us? Like, if I want to do fishing and I want to be a sea captain, why am I doing dockyard, you know, simulator? Why am I doing warehouse simulator if I want to be a captain? Because this ain't a part of the captain's remit, you know? Captain is sailing the 7 seas on his boat, plotting courses, delegating work. You know, I didn't sign up to be Amazon warehouse worker, so it's like I will see if we can get maybe some dock workers to actually take over this job, and then I can go off and do something else whilst they're filling my boat. And then once my boat is filled, sounds like a massive euphemism, once it is filled, then we can, like, I can go off. It'll save a lot of time, you know, but the decision, the choice is there. Like, if you want to do this because you really like the cargo, you know, heavy lifting, especially when you got music on the go, it's actually quite nice to music, you know. But at least give us the option, yeah? So I will be, yeah. I mean, almost there. We're about halfway through. You know, let's see if I can slip this one in. See, like, there, it gives me pretty good estimation here. Let's see. Nope, it's a no-go. Won't go. It's too tight a, yeah, that's too tight, is what she said. All the time. So this is probably the last place I'd want to put, you know, because if we look at my crane back on the boat, you know, we got to be able to lift this bag out. Where's the crane gone? Here it is. We got to be able to lift the bags out. So if you look at the crane, there's like a minimum distance here that you can operate at, and this is it here. So I'd recommend maybe doing this, because if you do down, it goes forward. Yeah, so that is the minimum right there. No bags beyond that line, basically. So we'll leave that there, and then that'll tell me. Never put you in front of the crane. I always put you. There we go. Oh, I'm back on a boat. Hey, hey! I wanted to the crane. You leave the boat right here. Like, look at that board boat. It's so. That's too close. That's way too close, mate. Yeah. So, don't cross the cane wires, basically, is the story. Yeah, I do actually quite like the white, how bright it is in that. It is, yeah. Improved. I'm sure it'll get changed again. Right, so I'll bring you back when it's all done, basically. So unfortunately, when you're doing the thing, like, you can't really grab the last couple of bags. This is where you need your own crane, you know, to get it on. But unfortunately, by using your own crane, you're only going to be able to do so much in placement. At least you'll know you'll be able to place it. But actually, I need to get that crane out of the way first. I mean, I really don't care about these two bags because I have a feeling one of them that I have. Let me get this crane out of the way. Like, I have a feeling on my fish farms, I have got already fish food. 0, 3%, 1%, 3%. 3% is actually quite a lot, I think, of fish food in there. So yeah, oh hello, third person mode. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I might use this mode from now on. I think I quite like this mode. But you don't get it on the ship. It's only on the dock. Okay. Fair enough. Right, so yeah, our crane. I'm not sure. Yeah, it will. You can actually triple stack, I've just found out as well. So there's never a problem placing the bags on. You just whack them anywhere, really. Although triple stacking, by the looks of it, is a little bit more finicky than double. There we go. And then our last and final one. Although it is 11 o'clock at night now in the game. This is probably taking me about 20 minutes to 30 minutes to do in real life. So I'm not going to sail off at bloody midnight to the fish farms. So we're going to sleep on the boat and we'll tackle this in the morning once I lay down this one. If I can get it exactly right. Oh, hello. Go away. There we go. Now, I ain't bothered about positioning my crane back because I'll be using it in a moment. So what we're going to do is fast forward the time by some hours here. So it is, what is it? Midnight. So we want 6 hours. Get an early start in the morning. You know what I'm saying? By the time we get there. Right, let's go then. Let's get this show on the road. So we've got our smolt, we've got our things. We're going to set a course for getting out of here and get over to our fish farms. Number 1. Let's go. And we are positioned the right way. In fact, we can turn on our autopilot right now. Autopilot on, set nav, and set route. And it's raining. I'm gonna guess in a future update the windows, you know, will have rain coming down, you know. Oh yeah, baby. Titanic. I think it needs to be a bit darker red. Gotta say the skies, they've changed the way the skies look. There's lovely colors. It's looking really nice. Obviously at the moment the weather's traveling a bit fast, but sometimes it doesn't do that and it looks really nice. Yeah. Right, so basically you unload all your bags, 9 in each fish farm, and then unload the smolts. And then I would recommend, you know, using the Dr. Phil for the next lot, because this one is a little bit cumbersome to dock up on these fish farms. So I would highly recommend using the Dr. Phil for the smolt tank on the other 3, because obviously you can only fit 1 smolt tank on here, and then, you know, you've got you got to go back for the other 3. You got to go back each time, and the Dr. Phil is just a bit more nippier, a bit more quicker. Rain needs work on, I feel. Rainfall is a bit weird. Clouds are really nice. Olympic. Yeah, sky color with the green, the blue, that's different. Cloud shapes as well, I feel like they've been changed. They look nicer. Okay, I'm going to take the autopilot off now, and we're going to steer her in ourselves. So now there are buoys at these fish farms, so I don't know if they've updated the animations here. They might have done, so we're gonna find out. Looks like the water on the land there is a little bit encroaching. I see white or blue kind of on the land at the base edge of the water. Okay. Now this is a little bit tricky to dock. You gotta get it exactly right. I find you got to cut the engines early, type of thing, like right now, and then it'll just at the right moment. Oh, we misaligned that one, I feel. Too close. I think we're caught around the edge here. Nope. Obviously, you want to use your crane as a guide to where your crane can actually go. So, right about there is probably correct. So let's have a look. Might need to like realign a couple of times, but yep, that's perfect. So basically what we want to do is, before we do this, I want to check the console here. So this one's got 2,700 already. Let's go along and check our nets in case we have to tighten any, which I don't think we will. Yeah, we're all good. Don't need to tighten them. Obviously, if the fish feeder needs servicing, you know, which it's 23%, this will end up conking out before we actually finish. Ooh, wrong one. So let's load up. Now, in the previous update, basically what you do is grab a sack. This might have changed, I don't know, but you want to grab a sack. And then you want to kind of align it with... I'm just going to see if it'll allow me to drop it straight in the feeder. I don't think it will, but... yeah, it doesn't... so you still have to do it yourself. So basically you want to align it next to it. Like right there will do. And then get off. And then up the ladder. Oh shit, turn it off, mate. Climb the ladder. Yeah, let's put this in first person, it's easier. And then basically you want to pick up a fish bag and throw it in here. And there's 50 kilograms in each bag, and there's 1,000 in each sack. So that's 10 bags per sack times 9. So you got to do this like what, 90 times or something, you know. And this is the easiest way to do it. You will get into a bit of a routine once you do a couple of sacks. You'll know exactly how much to twist and turn to add. But this is the most grindy way to do it. And I do hope this gets changed to where you can literally just drop the sack in, because this can be tedious. But by doing this, you'll get 40 million, like just under 40 mil. You know, if you can grow all 4 fish farms in one go, and it'll only take you a couple of hours to do, man, you'll be rinse and repeat that, and you'll be able to afford all the boats. This, for me, I feel is the quickest for each, and then you just get back on the boat and then load up the next sack, and basically that is it. Now, obviously, again, I'm not going to make you sit here watch him. I'm not going to make you watch me do this entirely. I'll do one more, and then I'll just fill up all these fish farms, and then we'll get the hell out of here, or we'll move on to the next stage. Like, I thought we were going to be able to just drop this in to the fish farm itself. That would be pretty cool. But doesn't look like it. Not today, folks. Not today. So it's just like that. Just like that. So easy, man. So easy. Obviously, you want to be counting how many sacks you dropped in. You only need 9,000 kilograms of fish food, you know, for each container. So if you've already got some in from a previous one, then you're laughing. You know, you don't need to add as much, but this is a little bit of the ball lake. So yeah, I shall bring you back when I've added all the fish farms. Actually, one thing we can do while we're here is to add the fish. You literally just go over here, add fish. Now the fish are in from the smolt tank, you know. Once your fish are added, I would recommend turning on the engine. Otherwise, they start dying, you know. But really, you only want to add the fish once you've done all the fish food. Like, you can do it before, like I've just done, but in all honesty, you're better off just making sure all the fish food is in there first, and then putting the smolt in, you know. Like, there's nothing wrong with, like, so because this in real game, this might take 24 hours to manage. so they'll have already consumed some of your fish food by the time you finish. So just make sure they've got enough to snack on, you know, while they're in here. And constantly you got to check the ropes to make sure they're tightened. You've got to be maintaining your farm. Like, yeah, you can go off and do a few jobs, but you need to come back just to check on those ropes to see if they're tightened. If your farm health is going down, then you really need to address it ASAP, because the engine will turn off once your health of your farm gets to 0, and you will have to fix it. And if you can't fix it, then you have to call out an engineer who will take 5 days to come. So I was kind of hoping that this would be fixed in terms of having to add the food to each one. I was hoping that we could just add maybe a sack at a time, but guess not. But again, I guess, I don't know, is this realistic is it a real ball ache to add the fish food in real life to a fish farm? Or do they just pump and dump? I don't know. I'm not a real fisherman, by the way, so I don't know. Anyway, I'll add some more sacks and bring you back. So on the last one here, as you can see, feeder health is 0. So that needs to be rectified first. It should kind of tell you in your console what is the problem. Net error, feeder error. We need to rectify this before we can actually fill it with food or thingies. In fact, the net looks like it's knackered. So yeah, definitely fix the net. That's the first thing to do. Make sure they might need tightening once we've done it. Yep, tighten all this up. And I imagine the engine's going to be knackered as well. Wrong order. What? Is there an order to this now? You have to do them in a certain order? I go back to that one then. I didn't realize this. Usually you just tighten all 3 and then you're done. Ah, so there is a certain order now. Clockwise, I think, is the order of the day. Yeah, animations on that. That didn't used to animate. Right, so the nets are all set. That's good. So now the feeder itself has got a problem. So it could be this. We need a power drill. Let's have a look at this. Not really sure if it is this, but so this here, I'm not really sure how you fix that. I'm gonna guess it's that, but I don't know. Screw that up. It will say if it is. Like if that was the fix, get rid of that. It'll say okay in here. Nope, still a problem. So could be this thing here. Let's try and screw in this. This is the filter, I believe. And we pull that out. That's brand spanking new. We can give it a clean, insert it back in, but that's not the problem. Screw all that up. Let's go have a look. Still errored, the feeder is. So it is definitely this thing, because there is no other thing. And you turn it on, nothing actually will happen. It's dead. It won't even let you turn it on. But they're the only 2 things that I'm aware that you can fix on this. It isn't that, because we've cleaned it, not killed it. But this thing here, there is obviously something else to do here. So like doing that, and I don't know, man, it's like could be anything in here. Like Return connector. Like, oh, hello, little electricity there. No. I might have to replace everything for it to work. I've never been able to fix this. Like, I have no idea. Try that. Thing is, if you call somebody out, they take 5 days to bloody arrive. So that hasn't done it either. So I don't know of any other fix that can be done here. Clearly, whatever I'm doing ain't working. So we'll give it one more try, and then if we can't do it, then obviously there is obviously a way to fix this, but it hasn't become apparent to me. Usually it kind of tells you what you need to do. So the fact that it's not, I'm not really sure here. I mean, not really. I don't know. Seriously, not my forte. I'm a fisherman, not an electrician, Jim. So we have to request repair. 5 days. This is out of action for 5 days, but you can still fill it with fish. So we can still come along here, even though it's out of action. You just can't put the smolt in. So we have to wait 5 days, which is okay, because I filled up the fish in the other 3. Or the smolt, sorry. I've filled up the smolt in the other 3. So, yeah, I can fill the smolt up in this, and then you have to wait 8 days anyway for the other 3. So it just means I've got to wait an extra, like, 3 days for this one to pay out. So it's like, whatever, mate. Whatever. Just another ball ache. Actually, I didn't check how much was already in here, because one of these farms actually had like 3,000 kilograms of fish food already in it. So I didn't check to see how much this had. I think it didn't have any. I think it was bone dry. Yeah. But at least once it does get fixed, you probably get another 2 or 3 rotations out of it, you know. Obviously, the first time you buy a fish farm, it's good for like 2 rotations. Then it starts to go down, and then I think in maximum you'll get before it's completely knackered is like 4, and then you've got to fix it. So yeah, you'll earn your money with it at least. Obviously, this is the most ball achy thing of it. Right, let me just quickly check how much was in here originally. None. It was empty. So we got to put another 8 sacks in. Anyway, I'll come back obviously when that is. Okay, so we've got all 9 bags now in the last fish farm, and I've got some leftovers. Now, usually you could just whack all this fish food in the feeder, because even though I've put 9 bags in, which is enough to last the 8 days, the fish food is like 9% full. So it can actually take quite a lot more. But in all honesty, I want to test to see. I'm going to put, when we go back, I'm going to put this in the shipyard, and I want to see if it crashes with food on board, you know, because we are testing at the end of the day. I will just do a quick save just in case we do get a crash. But yeah, we are like in like an alpha test and a beta of the update, so we do have to test as well as play the game. So just want to make sure that we don't get any crashes when we put this sucker into the shipyard when it's got cargo on it, which it shouldn't really. So let's get out of here. Oh sugar, hang on a second. Bugger, I've put my my equipment away. I've got my... Jesus, that engine is loud. Got my crane still out here. Let's pack up our equipment, mate. Come on. There we go. Hey, I think we're moving here. He thinks we're moving. Get in the boat, man. We're moving? Yeah, we're moving, man. Right, let's set a course, Captain Scotty. So we are headed back to the dry dock. So let's turn this sucker on so we can have a little bit of a chill. Autopilot on, set nav, set course, and let's speed her up. So it is night time now. All of the night functions are on. So I hope you're gonna clear the fish farm, mate. I didn't realize you were okay. That's no worries. So yeah, I do like the fact that the nightlight now, the searchlight does work. This is the brightest searchlight you can get. Hang on a second. My boat's no longer colored correctly. So interesting. So since the last, like, so obviously I you know, I stopped recording and I've come back to recording. I'm not seeing the black anymore. This is red, isn't it? So what happened basically in between, which has nothing to do with the game, which is why I didn't mention it, but in my fuse box, my electrics flicked, and obviously my PC's attached to that, and so lost all power to the PC mid-game, like as I was, you know, still racking up the fish food. So I had to restart the computer. It happened again. Found out it was the microwave in where I live. And when somebody's using the microwave, bye-bye electrics. So getting a new microwave, I guess. Anyway, because of those crashes, I've just been restarting from a previous save, and it hasn't kept the paint job that we did to this ship. So that's going to have to change. So there you go. If your game crashes, your paint job doesn't save, basically, is what it looks like. So I'll feed that back to the developers. But evidently the crashes that people are finding they're having is in the shipyard. With any boat but the Nordland and the Scomcat, I think it's called. So we're going to get the Dr. Phil out, and we're going to go to the shipyard to see if it happens to us. Because I've yet to have an actual in-game crash. Touch wood, man. Touch as much wood as you can get. So, yeah. Everything's going good here. Searchlight from the inside. I mean, oh, we need to do night mode, don't we? Night mode. What does that look like from the outside? Ooh, Sith red. I feel like the Emperor now. Execute Order 66. Rise. Right, so coming down here. Where are we? Oh, we haven't even passed that yet. Okay. No worries. It's pretty cool, like. Let me check to make sure the radio still works, actually. Yep. Classic FM movies. Still going. Beautiful. We got any new buttons here? Searchlight panel toggle on. Voltage meter's okay. I don't really see the searchlight from inside the flight deck. The flight deck? What am I saying? I'm a captain. I'm a skipper. Flight deck. Yeah. Right, we need to slow down because we're coming into port. Nighttime, yeah, it's alright. Could do with being a little bit darker though. I feel like it's not actual nighttime. It's 10 o'clock at night. It's not dark enough, I'd feel. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be a little bit darker, I think. Right. We need to... We're coming in way too fast. Fucking hell. We're gonna crash. Captain took his eye off the ball. Alright. Means nothing. I need to, I think my first officer's name, which, you know, there is no first officer in this game. You don't have to name anybody, but if I did, it would be Bruce's mate. I don't think we're going to get to dock here. Reduce speed. Are we going to get to... You gonna let me? Yes, you are. Booyaka shack. Here we go. Right. Let's get off the boat. Captain's done. Okay. So, obviously we're not finished. You know, we've still got to load up 3 more tanks of smolt, but we don't need that boat in order to do it. So we're going to go into the shipyard. We're going to change over to our boat. So, enter... it takes a little bit of time to build. Alright, we're going to swap over for the Dr. Phil, which is this sucker. Activate. And we're going to customize this one because it's dirty. It's dirty. It's a shame you can't get down low. Like, I want to get down low. Can we not get the angle on that? But okay. So I need to see the bottom of it. Right, so what color's what? That color. Okay, and then this color. Okay, so black on that. And then color 3 is that. So that can remain white. And then can't really see what that is. Black. I could do with getting down at the bottom, you know what I mean? Like, to see it at foot level, like. It's... I guess that'll have to do. Why do the cameras just reset, mate? What the hell? Well, that's what I wanted, but not now. I was happy with what I had, mate. So, okay, like that. Right. So it's the middle color. Well, hang on. This color. Nope. That color is the underneath bit, I think. So that could... I can't have a red. You can't have... I can't have it. It's not working. Sure, it's not working. Color 3 is the top, which needs to be white. And then this is half of the bottom. And a little bit of the rim of the top. Like, which, okay, we'll do red, but I don't. Why does the rim have to be? I like the red on the bottom, but why does that red, like, okay, why does it have to be red? Alright, let's tone that down then, I guess. And then is black. That does not feel like a White Star Line ship to me. I like the gold. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll do me. We'll keep that. No, actually, we won't. Oh, black. Would like it'll have to be that. It will have to be that. Okay, so we'll save that, and we need to fit it. Make sure where are we? Owned. Customize. We need to make sure that the thingy's on it. Smolt tank is on there. It's not as easy to see that, you know what I mean, which one you've got now. Right, it's installed. Do you know what? I never actually checked if there's any more of these. So I went with that one by the looks of it, over that one. Unless that's a new one that's been introduced. Don't know. Got the searchlight. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, so let's re-enter. So now we've got our ship active, which should be over here. We'll re-enter the shipyard. Make sure the Dr. Phil is there. He is. Okay, let's re-enter. Because this is where evidently everyone's having problems. We will save it before we do this because... Right. Okay. Evidently, when people enter this shipyard, they crash when they have an active boat like this. Nope. Daddy says no crash. So it must be, and I am clocking my specs at the same time. Like my memory usage. We're up to 7 gigs at the moment. But that'll get cleared. It's the cache, that is. We're using 18 of memory. Laptop, absolutely fine. Daddy says it's working good. So, yep, that's all good. Anyway, let's continue on. Right now, my CPU usage is flicking between 80 to 100%. Hello? What the monkey business is that? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that it was on like 60 to 70% before. So the CPU's getting absolutely butt fucked. My GPU, sorry, is only about 73%. It's actually working like my flight sim would work this computer. So, yeah, there's a lot more going on under the hood. The hardware is doing a lot more. Definitely. But frame rate is still absolutely fine. We need to fill our smolt tank up. And then we can head out. We're going to turn it to daytime because that will help with the first farm that we've already filled. Plus, I just prefer traveling during the day. It's 11 o'clock at night, so we'll go for a 7-hour. So it's 6 a.m. Boom. Okay, let's rock this puppy out. So, ooh, it's kept that. Shall we try? No, we shall not try, because that's the old. Build a new one. All the way to there. Okay. Let's de-dock and send this puppy a revving. This is a little bit more of a whippersnapper type of boat. Right, where's the autopilot? Autopilot on, that's brilliant. Nav mode and separate. We don't need the radar on. Plenty of fuel. 10 knots. Beautiful. Boat could do with a bit of a spruce. I mean, this is one shabby looking boat. Doctor, you could do with a clean, mate. Right, let's head out. 77 it. Let's have a walk here. Look, Jack, I'm flying! No third-party exterior mode on the boat. We've got fish in there. Is everything fine here? Everything's okay. Okay. Ooh, is that a bit of lightning I saw? Maybe not. Right. So coming up to our fish farm. This boat is a little bit more, you know, quick on the dial. Like it can slow down from what we did before pretty fast. So we don't really need to be like slowing down. We can pretty much get close to it and then slow down. But what I will do is take it off the autopilot. So we will navigate this sucker in. So we want the second one, because the first one already has got fish on it. And of course we have to wait the 5 days for that fourth one. So all the fish food has been added to each and every one of these. We're now just adding the old the smolt. Okay. Time to dock her up. So the engine, you have to, it really does go quiet. It really disappears on you. Okay. It really is also different when you are navigating the Nordland and getting used to how she moves and behaves in terms of her throttles and her maneuverability. And then coming to the Dr. Phil, it is so different. It is such a night and day difference, you know. I didn't even hear the engine cut then. That was so weird. Oh, what's going on, buddy? Right, obviously you don't need to be exact with this one because it makes no difference with thingy. So here we just come up here, open and add, and now there's fish in here. And final thing to do is make sure you bloody turn the engine on. Without that turned on, nothing happens. So we'll come along here. It has been a day, and we'll just, they're all set. You have to work clockwise, I've just remembered. So they're all set. They're all good. They're all fine. So basically it's it's repeat that process for all the fish farms. So now we're going to go back. Obviously I'm not going to subject you to me driving back. I wonder if it'll catch that same route. Let me just test something here. Will that undock? Is my engine on? It is now. Okay, let me just see if it'll actually capture this here. So I'll get her off the dock. Okay. Turn. Let's get back in and set the autopilot for route, and let's see if she follows it. I wonder if it will follow it back. I mean, I don't see it turning. We can give it a hand. I don't think. Yeah. It actually. Okay, so let's kill the autopilot and remove the entire route. So it's not actually doing a return job for us. So it will now. Okay. Right. So I shall bring you back when we're. Well, actually, I'm going to fill up both of those other two, and then I'll bring you back. You know what? I don't understand this game anymore. Like, okay, so I've showed up at the fourth one here. This is the one that was broken, and you know we had to request. So when I came here and had a look at the control panel, it actually said the feeder was errored, but the engine was okay, even though it was the engine that was the problem before. So I came out and I just, you know, unscrewed these, cleaned this feeder, and okay, let's go back, and looked at it, and it still said the same thing, but it said like engine off, and I'm like, okay, well, turn the engine off, came back here, and everything's working okay. Didn't even, it's only been like 2 days, so the engineer hasn't been out yet. Anyway, so I've added the fish, this is up and running, like, but obviously, you know, if you look at the map, you know, net health is fine, feeder health is fine on that one now. The others are in a disarray, so we've got to sort that out, clearly. This one's okay, we'll leave this be, but we need to go and have a look at the other 3 now, because they're falling apart, basically. So it's pretty easy though, you just like basically reverse your ass, you know, back, and then switch over the controls for left and right, you know, because obviously you're going in reverse. Alright, and obviously we don't want to hit the dock. Okay. I think that might do it. So bring her up, kill the engine, and hopefully it'll allow me to dock. And we'll check out this farm. And then basically that will be it. Once we've made our millions with this one, we can then go buy the new boat. So everything's a-okay. We're on our second day here for these guys. Let's check the nets. They're all good. They don't need anything. I don't think this is going to make it the 8 days, to be fair. Like, the nets are fine. Even though it says, like, net health is 29%, I can't actually repair that or fix it until, you know. So we'll just go check quickly on the others, because somebody, one of them has got to be in need of something. So we'll just reverse up to number 2 now, which should be in the same state in terms of the fish than that one. Right. Just wait for me to be able to dock, and then we'll get out of here. Right, let's go check it out. Number 2, they're okay. Let's check the nets. They're all set. Just quickly smell the other one, see if that's okay. Yep, they're all set. Chances are if one are, the other is. So it's now just what is going on with the first one. And then once we've done this, once we've checked this one, we can then fast forward the days until we're at 8. This one's going to go first, then these 2 will go together, and then the third one will go like 3 days later, or the fourth one, sorry, will go like 3 days later. I need to get a bit closer. Actually, no, I don't. Okay. Number 1. Let's get out and have a look. So this one's on 3 days. Everything's A-okay there. And doesn't need anything happening here. So, but if we look at the fish farm, it's literally like 1% net health, and yet I can't tighten the nets up or anything like that. You have to wait for it to hit 0. So we will skip to the next day, and this is where you just got to keep checking. Like, so it's the next day now, believe it or not. We're at number 5 on that. There's a net error which we can fix here just by looking at it, because we have the power of Superman. You know, that's fixed now. The net is still errored, so we want to tighten up that. That's 1. It does say now that you have to do these in order, so clockwise is what I figured. Could be wrong. Run round here. Now everything is all set. I think the engine's turned off. No, the engine's on. So that's all good. All okay. Brilliant. The feeder itself is going to die soon. So, you know, rip on that. We now got the nets above. They're all good, actually. The feeder health is 5% on that one. 12%. So this feeder is actually going to go. So we will zoom up to that one, I feel, in a sec. Let's just fast forward. Oh, glitch. Okay, so we're at 7, but we don't want to sell at 7. You want to hold off till 8, but we got to be careful here because this feeder is 2%. I don't know if that's not going to last another day. The nets on this one are fine. The feeder is 9%, so we need to be next to the next one. So let's just quickly zoom up here and get closer. Engine sounds seem to have gone bye-bye, unless you're like sucking on the exhaust. Come on, buddy. Fight the current. Alright, here we go. See, this is it. You can't just like leave it, walk away, and it'll, you know, sort itself out. You've really got to be kind of on the bobby ball with these things here. So it's all okay now at number 5. We can't do anything there. So, but literally this net health is going to drop 2%. So we got to remember we were at 7 on that previous one. So we got to remember we will start losing money if we are not careful here. So this one is now on 7, which means the previous one, now we've got an engine error, so we now need to sort this puppy out. So let me get me old drill out here. Oh, hello, flashlight. Let's unscrew all this, clean that. That's cleaned. Put that back on. Go have a look. So engine is off, feeder is in error. So if we request repair on that, fuck off, 5 days. Now this fixed itself, I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, just there is a configuration on this that you need to have correctly, and I don't know what it is. I'm not really sure which one it should be, but Like, to me, that seems legit. But I don't know. It doesn't do it for that. But if I request a repair, and then, like, what is it saying? It's saying engine and feeder error. So if I now go and do the feeder thing again, like I did last time, this actually worked. Even though we've just done it. Clean. It is clean. Do I have to just drill? Do I have to just kind of like... Yeah, so it is clean. We have done that. We just power drill. Just use the power drill. Is that it? You just got to use it in front of it. That's all it takes. Like, just do that. And then... Alright, so if I now turn it back on, it won't because something's wrong down here. And if I do that, maybe. Or just drill random parts of it, like. Is that it? No, I don't know. I think on this one we'll sell because it's fucked. So just sell. I don't want to mess with it, and we need to get back to the fishies behind us because the one behind us is going to be up for it. So let's reverse our butt. That one's going to get fixed next time, so whatever. This one is going to be... We need to get the money for this. I do hope we can sell for full. Man, come on, driving Miss Daisy here. Reverse your butt, man. Reduce speed, mate. I'm snail crawling here. Come on, there we go. It doesn't happen quick enough. Right, so there we go. 9.6. Boom. Sell. And we'll turn it off, which we should have done to the other one. So that's that one now. This one is crapped out, so we don't worry about it. And the third one should actually give me some money as well. That should be ready to be sold. So let's just quickly nip across to the third one. And then we just have to wait for number 2. Now we can afford the class tier 4 ship now. So that's... You're taking that home. You've got that already in the bank. But do you want to gamble it? Double or nothing. Right. There we go. See what we got here. Fish farm number 3. So basically, yeah, 9.6 per fish farm is what the is what it is. Number 7. We don't want to sell yet. We don't want to sell yet. Let's just check. All set. So one more day, and that'll get me an extra 400 grand. You know, every little helps. Boom. Boom. There you go. 9.6. Sell that. Boom. Daddy's rich. Now we've got to wait proper for that 4th one, because unfortunately that one was a couple of days before we could add the fish. So that one's going to take its time. It's going to take its little sweet ass time. Come on. Hey, reduce speed. I'm literally standing still here. Come on. Thank you. Number 5! Okay, so we gotta wait a bit. Let's just check the health of these. They're all set. So it's gonna be at least 2 days. Maybe 3. So we will skip at least 2 days. So there's 1. There's 2. Tell you, the game don't like skipping days. Number 8. Boom. Sell. Thank you very much. And we got 2,000 still left in the tank for next time. Thank you, bad. There we go. I'm not bothered about that other engine. Right, so now we're going to go back to the dock and buy the tier 4 ship. If I can get us out of here alive. Let's go, buddy. Ooh, a bit fast. Here we go. Full speed ahead, sir. Okay, so we're coming into dock here, and as soon as we do, we will get in and buy a... Oh, hang on. Shit, wrong dock. Hang on a sec, you can't buy it from there. And to save me, actually, we're going to dock here, actually. Because this will save me, buddy. I just remembered, yeah, the class tier 4 ship, you have to go to the dockyard, not the shipyard, in order to buy it. So we need to get over to the dry dock to buy it. So let's just quickly... razz over there, which is this docking place here, I believe. Yeah, we'll load up here. Ooh, look at that. Okay, here we are. We got the money. We got the goods. Give it to me now. Got the engine. We'll just drift on in. Come on. Let's get off the boat. Daddy's here to buy a boat. Mate, go on. There we go. Oh dear. Right, let's go. Dry dock, here we go. Yeah, why not? There she is. Right, so... service the Windy. That's the one! That's the beauty. So we've already got this one. This one is the big one. 65 million in my pocket. Activate. Now we've got 22 million left, so let's customize the shit out of it. I don't know what we're going to call it, to be fair. Let me... oh, there we got some new... we've already got Titanic. I think we haven't got... I don't know if we've got Britannic. So this one's going to be Majestic. Oop, hello. because that was the last ship that the White Star Line did. And that's going to be white. And then this one is the red trim. And... oh, hello. Okay. Reset the camera every time you click on a bloody colour. Right, and then this one is... okay, so that's got to be black, really. That really has to be black. And then this one is... well, that's got to be red. That's got to be race car red. But it's got to be a dark red. Oh, bro, every time you bloody... I want it on that. Leave it on that, mate. Come on. If you can't handle it, get out of the kitchen. Mate, the camera is a bit Fruit Loopy on this one. There we go. So, and then it goes back to that. Man, the camera doesn't stay still, guys. Your camera needs to stay still. Okay, so that's dark red. Yes, done. I want that gold now, knowing that that is that. So, oof, it's a bit too much gold. It's like, actually, let's yellow. That's the color. Well, no, it's not. It's supposed to be like a gold, you know? It's supposed to be like a gold. Like that, I guess. Yeah. It's supposed to be a gold like that there. Like that gold one at the bottom there. Anyway. I wish her name was here at the top, not there, but whatevers. Okay, so that's that. And she can carry large cargo. She can also do the cranes. She's a support vessel as well. I don't know. We want daughter crafts. Oh, can we buy? Oh, we can buy the inflatables on that. Nice. Thrusters. She comes equipped already with these bad boy thrusters. That's the only upgrade. So we can either rig her for wind farms or cargo craning. Well, to be fair, I want to test out the wind farming, so we will install that. The maintenance, we don't need a washer. So, okay, so that's that. But we also need these, because these can get loaded on. We'll buy one. Hello. We'll buy one of each. And then if we go back to Britannic, Titanic. Oh, it needs to be in capitals. I haven't got... I got Titanic, Britannic, and Olympia. Yeah, I got the... okay. This one needs to be in capitals. That was my fault. There you go. Majestic. MJStic? What the hell? Majestic. Right, we get my water out of the way. Right, so that's that. And now we can slot in a dinghy and a flamen on the boat. Oh, we gotta add it. Add to slot. Boom. Slot 1. Dinghy. Add to slot. Boom. Done. And we've installed all the upgrades we can. There's only thrusters which are already in. So she's rocked. Hey, what happened to mine? Active, yeah? Alright, let's go see her then. Let's go check it. There she is. There she is. Here we go, guys. We're going to get to see her. Whoa! Oh, she's huge. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of this sucker. Ah, this is big stuff. This is holy moly. I mean, I could carry my Dr. Phil on here. I could literally put my own Dr. Phil on. I need to... Yeah, we need to name them too. Let's go back into the dry dock. We need to name those two little, you know, boats. So, let's give it a sec to load in. So, these two here, we activate, customize. So this is obviously going to be the Nordic. What was the other tender called? Nordic and I can't remember the other one. You can't customize the color of the boat though. That's a bit shit. The two tenders of Titanic, what were they called? One was Nordic. I forget the other one. Nomadic and Traffic, that was it. Traffic. Traffic. Okay. Now we can go back to activate that one. Active. They're all active. Okay. There we go. Boom. I love how she sinks in the water when she gets on. There we go. So we've got Nomadic and Traffic there. Oh no, it says Nordic. Fuck it. It wasn't Nordic, mate. We're the ones in the Nordic. You bellend. It needs to say Nomadic and Traffic, and Nomadic is on. Let's get on board and have a look at her. Let's see here. We got this goes down. Don't know what that does. But we've got two ships here that we can deploy if we need. This is a huge ship. Let's get in. We got a little Billy Bass on the wall. Love it, love it. Does he work? Does he fuck? Oh, that's a shame. Oh, lovely. Make a coffee. Have some potato chips. Read a book. What's this? Stairs going up, stairs going down. So, oh, this is a huge ship. Absolutely huge. We got whatever that is. The IT room, I guess. We got living quarters. Okay, there's one. This is a huge ship. We got another living quarter. That's nowhere. A lot of space here. That's nothing. Another living quarter and the bathroom. Always check the shitter. You never know. Doesn't do anything. Another living quarter. Man, this could be fully stocked. Okay, let's go down first. We got a door here. Oh man, I'm gonna get lost. I'm gonna get lost. There's door after door. This thing is huge. What is this? We got the changing room. Man, has this got a swimming pool and a gymnasium in here? We've got a giant... What is this? What? I don't know what this will be used for. But I'm guessing some cars in here, perhaps. And then this is where you repair her. So that's the repair room. Then you've got another door here. We can go down. Oh, that's the one we just came through. Okay, so... Okay. So that's down there. This leads to another room and another part of the ship. Bloody hell. This is mental. Okay. I'm gonna guess that they'll put like decorations in here as well, maybe. Make it look a little less empty. The gym. It's got a gym. It's got a gymnasium. Look at that. Doesn't have the right time though. 10 past 10. It's actually 10 past 5. So rip on that. Don't know what that does. That's where we just came from. Okay, so lounge area. We've got a lounge. A little kitchen with a mess. You're not going to be able to open that like that. Doors everywhere, mate. Honestly. Doors everywhere. Look at this. Right, so you can literally get through all the doors like that. This is the kitchen area. That's the storage where you'll put shit. Okay. Alright, okay. So we've done that. Let's go upstairs. So we got whatever this is. Have we been through here? We got 2 levels of rooms, is that right? An upper deck and a lower deck full of rooms. Wow. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Right. Cabins, stairs, wheelhouse is up there. Another cabin. Man, this is crazy. Another cabin. Oh, hello. I don't know if that's a person supposed to be there. Right, let's go to the wheelhouse. Let's check it out. Oh, yes, please. Turn these on. Can we not turn these on? They don't turn on. Okay, I don't know if that works or not. Dynamic seating. Is this how you control? This is how you control those cranes, I'm guessing. Okay. So is this okay, so this is the central nervous system of the, okay, so this boat is absolutely nuts. Can't turn that screen on. Maybe you have to be in the seat or something. There we go. Can't get that screen on for some reason. That screen's not coming on. Right. Jeez, this is a huge... It's got a dining table in here. And it's got another one for that crate. Man, this is nuts. Absolutely nuts. And then what the hell is this thing? I have no idea what that's meant to do. Fucking hell. Let's take her for a spin, guys. Hey, the door's shut. How do we get back in? Oh, we'll go this way. Let's take this puppy for a spin, shall we? And then basically that will be it. Once we get this bird afloat. Look at this monster. Undocked. Engines on. Boom. I don't know how we're going to get out of here. She ain't docking anywhere, mate. This thing ain't... This thing is going to get damaged getting out. Okay. Oh, look at the steering on it. Port starboard. Yeah, this ain't going to happen. Hang on a second here. Wait a second. This needs to... We need to unclick here. Thrusters. We need the thruster power. Okay, she ain't. Whoa, whoa, she's going the opposite direction for. Wait, what is this? I'm going full bloody starboard here. Oh, it's just continually spinning. It doesn't actually stop. What the fuck? Hey, this is mental. I don't know how you control this one. It's back to front, mate! Hey, you damage. We're damaging the ship here. It's back to front. The controls. Okay, so we're getting off. Here we go. Don't hit the back. Don't hit the back. Right, I am actually turning left, but she's turning right. So I don't know what that's all about, mate. We're gonna have to reverse these controls, I feel. So you go to the left, and she swings out to the right. Hang on a sec. Why is she? Oh, mate. What is she doing? Ah. Right. So full left, and she turns right. It's back to front. Okay. Oh man, yeah. Controlling this ship is not going to be fun. So let's. But once she's off, yeah. Look, she's just spinning on an axis. Like, what is this all about, mate? I am trying to turn left here, but she ain't having it. She don't want to go left. No left for this girl. Can't turn her left. You turn left and she spins to the right. What the fuck is going on here? Stop thrusters. Maybe that's it. Thrusters. It's the... No, she still does it. She still spins. It's just not happening. Yeah, we're not bloody taking this boat out, mate. She's all over the shop. She don't know what she's doing. Look. Now she's spinning that way, but I can't stop her. Fucking hell, man. What is going on with this ship? This ship is... What? How? I don't know. Okay, let's reverse her. Wait, see, she's... Okay. I don't want to bring her in backwards. I want to turn her around, mate. She don't have to suck a gallon. Okay. She's moving. She is moving. So turning this like that, and her butt swings out that way. So doing it the other way, and it should do it the other way. There we go. It's all back to front. These are reversed. We're gonna try and dock her at bloody at Rost, and then we'll pack her away for the night, I think. Not bring this one out again. Obviously not built for cargo. This is a mental sized ship. Maybe I just need to learn how to actually, you know. Okay. But I'm literally going full right and she's turning left. So it seems like I'm only controlling her back end, I guess. Is that it? Right, there we go. And inside, that's the view you get. Alright, but you can't do it like normal, you know, left and right. I don't know how this puppy's gonna dock up. Like, I don't think she's gonna dock here. It's gonna go to hell here. It's all gonna go to hell. Right. There we go. I mean, this is nuts. I'll just say that. Okay, so it's like you are controlling her butt. So if you want to swing her butt out to the left in order to push her nose to the right, then you go left, and it swings her butt out to the back. So maybe this is correct, and she's like a rear engine ship or something. I don't know. But it's basically reverse psychology. you have to use here. So, however you think you're going to control her, reverse psychology is needed. Okay, here we go. We're going to try and dock her here. Right. Kill the engines. I don't think they're going to allow us to dock her here. I think they're going to say, fucking do one, mate. Have you seen the size of your boat? Right. Kill the engine. This should allow us to dock if it does. There it does. Look at that. We're docked. Hey, it worked. Right. Let me get the lights here. Let me see here what lights we got. So wipers. We got searchlight. We got searchlight. Searchlight. Work lights. Running lights. And the rest are on. Okay. So let's just see what that looks like. That's a strong searchlight. No need to upgrade that. That's a working one. And there she is. The Majestic. What the hell. Beautiful, isn't it? Trying to get a screenshot, but my print screen button ain't playing ball. There we go. There we go. That's it. Right, well that's it, folks. Obviously I will test out the long lines because evidently that's meant to have been fixed. How did you get off the boat? Where's the steps going down? Here we go. That's meant to be fixed, so okay, buddy. How do you mate, you're stuck on the boat. There's no stairs letting you off. There they are. Fuck. So yeah, long lines is meant to be fixed, so we will check that out. You're gonna let me off? No, there's no exit boat here. You're stuck. I can't get off my boat. There we go. No icon. But yeah, this one I'm gonna wait until they update a couple of patches. I think I'm not sure if I'm using this one correctly, but this boat is a beast. Absolute huge. And this is a class 4 tier. Imagine the class 5s. You know, wow, that's going to be huge. That's going to be like the bloody Titanic. And I hope to God they put cruise liners in. That would be pretty cool. And super yachts. Ooh, yeah. But anyway, there we go. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care.